Hello and welcome to SAP Learning Academy and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be going through 10 very important SAP ABAP interview questions. And while going through these questions, I will be also discussing about the answers, those you have to say. So the first question, what is subroutine in SAP ABAP? So subroutine are procedures that can define in any program and call from any ABAP program. Subroutines are normally contains a section of code or algorithm. Subroutines can be defined anywhere in the program and no restriction on where to define. And subroutines can be defined using form and end form. Now moving to the question number 2. What is the use of condense statement in ABAP programming? Condense statement is used to remove the spaces between keywords. Suppose if we use like condense then some text and with no gaps, then it will reduce the leading and trailing gaps, as well as suppose you have two text, then you are using the statement like condense then text then no gaps. If there's any gaps between those two texts, then that gap can be reduced as well. And now we are coming to the question number 3. What is the difference between pool table and transparent table in SAP ABAP? Transparent tables exist with the same structure both in dictionary as well as in the database, exactly with the same data and fields, whereas the pool tables are logical tables that must be assigned to a table pool when they are defined. Pool tables are used to store control data like internal control data like text and structure, and several pool tables can be combined in a table pool, and the data of these pool table are then stored in a common table in the database. Now we are coming to the question number 4. What is the function of message command type available in the report and mention its type? So here you have to mention that what is the message type in SAP ABAP. And let me tell you that the use of message type to provide information to the user how the code or how the report is working. And those types are like A, E, I, S. A means event, E means error in the program, I means information, S success, W warning, and X means exit. Now we will be moving to the question number 5. What are the internal tables and work area? Meaning that what is the use of internal table and work area or the difference. So here in this case you have to say like internal table where we can store multiple records, and also using by storing this data into this internal table, we can do multiple operations like reading, appending, deleting, modifying, and then using, and by doing that we can then append the data into the main structure. Whereas work area can also store data but only one record at one time, and mostly work area is used when we are doing some kind of loop in the code, and there we assign one value at a time into the code. Now we are moving to the question number 6. What is the difference between macro and subroutine? And the macro, let me tell you that as I said in the first question, what is the definition of subroutine? So subroutine is a like a code, just question number 6, yeah. So it is kind of a part of code which we can write in the program, and and macro is also part of code, but macro is only written within the same program, but subroutine can be called outside the main program as well. And mostly we found difficulty when using the macro, or maybe it cannot be debugged, but subroutine can be debugged easily. Now moving to the question number 7, what is the transaction code for table maintenance? And here the T code is SM30. Using this T code we can do this table maintenance, like changing some data into the table. Now the question number 8, and it is very important question. What is the difference between pre and refresh? And let me tell you that these are the this two keyword is very close, and we should understand the meaning and difference in it. And pre meaning that if you use pre, sometimes it is used to initialize a value, and where uh, the internal data will be uh, deleted, then this table or variable can be completely empty and there will be no hidden structure. But whereas in the case of refresh, and refresh mostly used for table, internal table, here the data will be deleted, what are the data inside the table, but the table structure or the memory structure will be there, so that table can be used again further. So that's the main difference between these two. Now we are going to the what are the events in ABAP language. And let me tell you that events like initialization or start of selection, end of selection, so there are various type of events available in SAP, like you can write like start of selection, end of selection, and top of page, end of page, like that. Now we are coming to the last question. What is the difference between dialog program and report? And let me tell you that report meaning that it execute the data from a database table, like it does not change the data. But whereas in the case of dialog program, it is used not only for visualizing of the data, but it can also be used to modify or change that data of the table. So that's the small difference between these two things. So that's the all question, that's all 10 questions in SAP ABAP. I hope I could able to give you some information on this. And yes, and these are not the every question, yeah, but yeah, those are the very important question in ABAP. And please comment below if you have liked it, and please also like and share this video, and also look into the other tutorials. I've given the links in the below description. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day.